Day 48 of my pilgrimage around the 108 temples of Shikoku. I've just come back from a delicious, amazing dinner, and I'm going to try to record this before I pass out from exhaustion. There's exhaustion and beyond exhaustion, and I am way beyond exhaustion. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, and I am just ready to crash. Really pretty tired. It was a yin-yang day with highs and lows. It was a drizzly, rainy day. So I set off a little after breakfast, said goodbye to my buddy who I've seen from Temple 60. We actually said goodbye and goes, well, I'm not sure if this is goodbye. We might see each other again. And I'll see. I didn't see him again today, but maybe tomorrow or the day after I will run into him again on the Ohenro path. I head out in the morning and hit Temple 87, which was just kind of a meh temple, ho-hum. Not much to it. And I think they kind of know who they are as Temple 87 because everyone wants to get to Temple 88 and finish the pilgrimage. So as Temple 87, there's a main hall, Daishido, and not much really to see there. It was a rainy day, so I had my rain gear on all day. In most of my gear, I've been pretty happy with what I brought. I'm not happy with my rain jacket. I went for lightweight, so I just went for a nylon jacket, and it's basically just like a sweat jacket because it gets hot, and I was just sitting in it and sweating the whole time. Should have gone for a slightly heavier but Gore-Tex one that breathed rain jacket. So even though it's a rain jacket, I'm dripping wet inside from sweating because it keeps the heat in. Most of the morning was kind of a drizzly rain, and I headed off to Temple 88. I was actually hoping to hit Bangai 20 and then Temple 88, but I screwed up in the reading of Bangai 20. This one book said walk 20K, and I thought it was 20K to Bangai 20, but it's walk 20K to the hotel before Bangai 20, then the next day walk the 22K round trip to Bangai 20, and then head over to Temple 88. So instead of finishing my pilgrimage at Temple 88, I hit Temple 88, and technically I finished the 88 temple pilgrimage of Shikoku. That was a high point. The rain had kind of let off, so I was able to sort of film it. I walked around quickly, filmed it, and then the rain started up again. But I have hit all 88 temples of the Shikoku pilgrimage, and that was kind of a high. And just as I left, it started to get heavier rain, and I needed to head to this hotel where I'm staying at now. Really quite a nice, fancy hotel with banquet halls, clearly holds many functions type of place. It's an onsen. But they definitely were nervous about me showing up. I've met a few people that are nervous about foreigners showing up. I think, again, I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos, but a number of foreigners make reservations at places and then don't show up. If you make a reservation, show up. They actually called me, and I have an American number, so they made an international call, like, you're definitely coming tomorrow, right? And I'm like, yes, I'll be there. I had to get to this hotel, which was still 16K from Temple 88. So I finished the pilgrimage, but I don't feel I'm finished. And just kind of aside, like starting the pilgrimage, I didn't know, when did I really start the pilgrimage? Did I start it when I flew out of Sacramento? Did I start it when I went to Koyasan? Did I start it when I got on the boat? Did I start it when I hit the first temple? The ending is similar. Is it Temple 88? To me, no, because I'm hitting the bangai. If I hit 107 out of 108 temples, it will nag at me for the rest of my life. So I got to hit Temple 108 tomorrow. But some people also say you should close the circle. So tomorrow I'm going to try to get to Temple Bangai 20, which is, I think, actually might be the highest temple, or at least tied for it. It's over 900 meters. And then try to get to Temple number 10 and sort of close the loop of the pilgrimage. Forgot where I was going. I'm so tired, I'm sort of losing my train of thought. So anyhow, I needed a book over here. Back up. To get to, there's one point to get to Temple 20 where there was a fork, and I studied the map, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take this mountain route because it seems shorter. And there was a sign that said mountain route and then old Ohenro route, and I tried to find the mountain route, and there was a sign clearly, this way is the road, 2.5 hours, this is the mountain route, an hour and some minutes. One was like 10.1 One was basically 11 kilometers, one was like 7 kilometers. So I was going to take the mountain route. And I started following the mountain route. I went down some stairs and then started backtracking and crossed the river. I couldn't find the trailhead to it. And it was nowhere near, I just couldn't find it. And I kept going back and back to the point where I was like at the road I was at to begin with, where there should have been a sign earlier if the Ohenro route split, go this way to take the mountain route, go this way to take the old Ohenro route, not a kilometer ahead and then backtracking so much. In short, I tried to find this shortcut over the mountain that took me 20 minutes and several hundred stairs up and down that didn't turn into anything. So I just wasted 20 minutes walking over a mile for nothing. So then I took the Ohenro route, not the mountain route, and went to Temple 20. So I had to get to the hotel, and then it really started to rain. And the road to the hotel, because I was using GPS, because it's not a well-marked mountain road or anything like that, there wasn't really much of a sidewalk. It varied between 2 feet and 3 inches. And I'm not exaggerating. There really was no area for pedestrians to walk because they assume most pedestrians aren't walking along this road. There's no school children or people walking to work. There's not much there. It's just kind of a highway. And in some spots, there was a 2-foot sort of area between the road and the wall, or the road and the drainage ditch, or the road and the cliff. But in some areas, that 2 feet area had been built up with grass and mud. And it was like, if I walk on that, I'm going to trip and fall. So I have to sort of walk in the road because it's kind of an unstable thing. And for some reason, this road is perpetuated by huge dump trucks. I don't know why. But at least 50 enormous dump trucks passed me, some within less than a foot. Some clearly went out of the way to sort of make a wide, if no car was coming up the other way to the road. Some cars clearly went wide to give me some space, but others didn't really give me any space. So it's raining, it's starting to rain harder. There are lots and lots of trucks and cars on this road, and big-ass trucks close by. Water's starting to pool in the road, so they're kind of splashing me, and I'm just booking. I'm trying to walk really fast, and I looked at my speed, and I'm usually going to maybe 2.8, 2.9 miles per hour. At the end of the day, I was going like 3.4 for the 2 hours, and I didn't take a break for the last 3 hours. I was just walking to get to this hotel. Checked in, took a bath, ate dinner, and I'm now exhausted. As I mentioned before, this was kind of a yin-yang day. In part, like, I'm really happy I finished the 88 temple pilgrimage. But I set a challenging task for myself of not just doing the 88 temples, but also the Beikaku, the bangai. So I have one more temple to hit. And then the day ended with walking along a road with no real sidewalk, with huge trucks barreling by in the rain, and really quite cold. So sort of this yin-yang day. Tomorrow, I hope to finish the pilgrimage. And right now, I'm going to pass out. Final point. I forgot to mention, today I walked over 50,000 steps and 27 miles. So basically, walked over a marathon and in the rain. So that's part of the reason I'm pretty freaking exhausted.